Oh no, he fell! Little baby boy, he fell! Oh no, I'm sorry! Hello, I'm Cecilia and welcome back to my 6th Artist Alley vlog. Today's Artist Alley vlog will be a bit different, mostly because all my earlier videos have been, well, very positive. And even if I didn't make much profit or even no profit, I was usually still having a good time and, you know, being silly, happy old me. But especially the second convention I will talk about in this vlog, Made in Asia Brussels 2024, was a difficult experience for me. Staying positive was surprisingly hard. It is, up until now, the only convention I've ever done that I might genuinely regret. I regret nothing! Actually, scratch that. When I think about the fact that I needed like 2 full weeks to mentally and physically recover from this convention, I do think it's full-on regret. Anyway, today we're going to talk about it. I must say that writing the script for this video was kind of hard, and it was the first time a YouTube video actually felt like kind of a chore to me, so I really hope you do still enjoy. I'm going to be honest, but I'm also gonna be, you know, looking for the positives, looking for the light, staying lighthearted as always. There will still be silly Nintendo music, and obviously my walls are still full of colorful shit, so no worries there. Anyway, today we are continuing the saga of me documenting every event that I go to, and as we all know by now, I am very much behind on documentation. But trust me, I'm working on it. Today I want to talk about 2 conventions that happened back to back, one weekend after the other, and those were Comiccon Holland Amsterdam and Made in Asia Brussels, both in October of 2024. That October was a hard one for me. I had a lot of stuff going on, and honestly, I didn't really plan these conventions all too well. I kind of burned myself out that month, and it resulted in bone-deep exhaustion and kind of a chronic illness flare-up, but that's totally on me. Anyway, I've been told my intros are way too long, so I'm gonna stop talking. Let's jump right into the footage I have. You'll hear me in the voiceover, and I'll see you after. Have fun! As with most conventions, Comiccon Holland also started with a build-up day, and I had quite a big table, which was really nice. I'm sorry I really did not film anything about building up, it's just like a straight cut to a finished display, mostly because one of my good friends was tabling next to me and I was talking with her and really did not feel like filming. But I do really want to like vlog more, like actually vlog and talk during conventions. I'm hoping to do that in future videos. But yeah. The friend I was talking about earlier, Maria, was kind enough to film like the staple video of me waving behind my table. These videos are gold for making Instagram Reels and TikToks and Shorts. And then the both of us and her boyfriend, now husband, went to a really cool arcade where we got to eat ramen and like original Japanese food. And it was really nice, and it was just really nice to spend a chill evening before the con started. And then the next day I got up bright and early and jumped into the train and then the bus. Luckily the Greater Expo Center is like easily accessible by public traffic, so that's great. You see some clips of my display here and there. I was really happy with this setup. Since then, this is like a year ago as of posting this video, and since then I have changed a lot, but I was really happy with this video. And yeah, I think the new pins display, as you can see right here, was especially nice. People really liked it. And then I also had a new keychains display that you might have seen. And yeah, here I filmed that there was a huge queue. And I walked through the artist alley myself because, especially at the end of a day, I just really like to go to other artists, see what they're selling, see what they're doing, see how fun it is. Yeah, and I felt like this convention had a really great vibe. Maria and I were lucky enough to have been placed basically next to like the big stage, which was super nice because of that, after every event on the stage, people would just pour out of that event and come to our tables. So sales-wise, this was a pretty good event for me. It was really busy. It was super nice. Like, the vibes were great. Here you see something on the stage. Yeah, I really liked it. I was overall in a pretty good mood. I think the like negative stuff I was talking about in the intro didn't really come until the Comic-Con in Brussels. Then on the second day, I was very happy to break even though this was a big event and I had good sales. My costs were also very high because, as I said, I made like basically an entire new display, so I did not actually expect to break even. So when I did, I was genuinely really happy. I remember breaking even quite early in the day, and after that I just had fun, basically. And I was able to relax a little more, talk with friends, occasionally sing with the people on the stage doing like karaoke and stuff. And yeah, I really enjoyed this day. I think this was the first time I realized that my usual table size, which is like 1.5 meters, is relatively small. It's like a normal artist alley table size in the Netherlands, but especially with me expanding my product line, having this 2.5 meters, I think it was great. And I really noticed that it converted a lot better. There are more people able to stand at your table at the same time, which really helps. And I think a more roomier display allows for people to see everything, and they also take more time browsing, I felt like, which was really nice. And I didn't talk about it, but you saw a clip of me just now posting some fun sales and deal things just to test out what works and what doesn't work. And yeah. Oh, and this is a guest book, which is great. This guest book was really fun. People were drawing in it, writing stuff in it, really, really nice things. And I still have it. I try to take it to every con, but as I said, I usually have a really small table and there's no room for like a guest book. But it's really nice to have those physical memories of a convention, so I really want to take it to more conventions. And thank you to everyone who wrote, drew, or did anything with it. Yeah, it made my day, so thank you so much. And with some very last clips of me just having fun, me showing you my stickers and new stickers that I was like really proud of. To be honest, I think this sticker display was great. I now have a lot more sticker designs and they don't all fit into these little baskets anymore, so I have a new display now. But yeah, I had a lot of buttons. People really liked to touch everyone, see what was in the basket. Yeah, and then I just had fun with friends. My friend Maria makes headbands like this, and I got her Pikachu ears, and they were really fun. And I was vibing to the music. My display, behind the display, was looking like an absolute mess. But yeah, there were like food packaging everywhere. It was kind of disgusting. I've been doing these things for cons recently that I make like a specific con freebie that is exclusive to that event. I give them to people with any purchase, and people really enjoyed them, people really like them, so that's great. And yeah, with a last photo of me being happy behind my booth, that was it for Comiccon Holland 2024. Then we skip forward a week to the day I was going to Brussels for MIA, and that same day, that Friday, I also graduated. And here you see me defending and receiving my diploma and thesis. And I think this might have been the biggest reason that this con was not it for me, because as you can imagine, working towards this and then defending stuff, it was pretty exhausting. And then I don't think even I went home. I just straight out of defending my thesis, I didn't even change clothes. I jumped into the train, and I was very grateful that my cousin was with me and went with me to Brussels. So we went to the venue as soon as we got there at I think it was 8 p.m. I built up as quickly as I could, and around 10 we took the metro to the hotel, and there were some issues with the hotel as well, so that was not great. Yeah, we had some fast food because we hadn't eaten at all, and then we tried with the emphasis on tried, to sleep, because the next day was going to be pretty exhausting. Unfortunately, sleep eluded me, and I was already super tired, and then here you see how insane this con was. There were a lot of people, like a lot of people, and I was basically overstimulated from like the first second. I think one of our biggest mistakes is that we went by public traffic. My cousin does have a driver's license, and I think we should have borrowed a car or something. The public traffic was very exhausting, and for some reason the metro station next to our hotel was a little bit sketchy, and like every time we went there was some form of harassment to like two young women, which was not fun and was definitely not a nice way to start a day. And something that also really did not work for me was the booth layout or the setup of this con in general. You can see that there are these white walls next to every booth, and I was sharing a booth with a friend, so we paid for half the table each, and it was still insanely expensive, but more about that later. But as you can see here, we had no room, like literally no room to walk in or out. So to get behind the booth, we literally had to crawl underneath the table, which is not that big of a deal, but that did mean that once we were behind the table, it was a very small, very dark, very claustrophobic and secluded space. And in general, I don't really do well with spaces like that. I just felt trapped, and that really did not help my already exhausted mind. And yeah, I started battling like depressive thoughts during this con, which did not help. The first day was still like okay. That evening, my cousin and I went to like the big square to get some dinner and to just walk around, and that was also, it was nice. And then I think the next day was when it really started to become hard for me. During this convention, maybe because our spaces were so secluded, there was very little customer interaction. What I love about conventions is usually that I talk to everyone and everyone talks back, but this, like, there was basically no interaction. A lot of people were not that nice, which I'm not used to. And because of that, I think the feeling of being at home behind my table really was not present. And then we haven't even talked about profit in general. It was bad. Like, it was bad. Probably because the artist alley was insanely big. The competition was insane. There were so many people, both on the floor and walking around, that I think it was doomed from the beginning. Plus, the table was almost 400 euros. 400 euros for just like half a table that wasn't even like really nice. So yeah, I think the issue was that I overpaid for this. And not just overpaid, I really fell for the rhetoric that this con would be so big and so good. But I think this is, you know, proof that a big con doesn't necessarily mean a well-converting con. Yeah, bigger cons mean more people, but more people does not necessarily mean more sales or more targeted sales. At the end of day 2, it was looking like I was not even gonna make my table, let alone the hotel costs and the travel costs. But then the most beautiful thing happened, which is a loyal customer of mine who has been to events that I've been to in the past, who has been a continuous Etsy customer. She came by and she bought, I think for 75 euros worth of stuff. She bought a lot of things. And she later told me that she mostly did that because I posted on Instagram that I wasn't feeling that great. And she then proved to me that the people I love in this small business community and the stuff I love about conventions, these special interactions with people, that they do exist, and that this weekend was just not my weekend, but that did not mean that conventions are off the table entirely or that I would never enjoy a convention again. And I think that purchase and that interaction with her really made me believe that this was a one-time and it was gonna get better the next time. And it did. So thank you so much, Daisy, for making this weekend worth it and reminding me that one bad experience does not make a bad everything. You are awesome. Thank you. You've probably seen a lot of repeating clips because I did not film much, but I did want to talk about it, so well, repeating footage helps me with that. But in the end, I was extremely happy to get back home to my dog, cuddle my dog to death, and sleep and hibernate for a good few days. Well, hi! So it's been like months since I worked on the video that you're now watching, and I feel like I do want to personally come in and do an outro, so hello! As you can see, in the past months I changed my entire desk space, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, but that's not the point right now. When I reflect on this convention that I think was the worst convention I've ever had, even like a year later, it's still the worst one. I think the biggest thing that I learned is that a singular experience is not representative of success or a measurement for success. It is surprisingly easy to sit there behind your table in the moment, have no sales for hours, have no fun at all, and just think, I failed. This business is not going to be it. This is it. I should stop now. I should focus on other things. And when you're in the middle of something negative, it is so extremely easy to lose sight of all the positives. And I think more than anything in the last few months, since I started a research master's and have shifted my focus to academics, while also maintaining or trying to maintain this business, it's become clear to me that success is defined by the person it applies to. My success for a business that I only have so much time for is very different from someone who does this full time, who goes to conventions or markets every week, who has thousands of sales every year. For me, and for the space that I am in right now, success means joyfulness, not losing money, and just being happy with what I'm doing, finding fulfillment in what I'm doing. And I think with that in mind, especially when I'm so busy, it's really important for me to be picky and selective about which conventions I even apply to. And if I do get into a big convention, even if I'm very excited about that, I should always ask myself the question, it's great, but is it worth it for you? Will this contribute to the definition of success that you have? Or will this exhaust you, make you less enthusiastic, and give you no joy? And I think I've been living by that philosophy a little bit more the past year, and I am happy I am. I've done some really cool local markets that I hope to share in the future that really fit my vibe, my style, and I have found more joy in what I'm doing and a better balance between academics, art, and seeing art as expression and not just a means to success. Anyway, that's maybe a little bit of a rambly, annoying end to this video, but I do really hope you enjoyed hearing about this experience, seeing what it did for me, seeing what it didn't do for me, and I hope it was in some way useful to you. As always, I just want to thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot that you want to embark on these experiences with me, that you're interested in my journey, and that you're helping me, leaving a comment to support me, help me. You're great, and I'm very grateful for you. But before I truly send you off, I do want to quickly self-promo. I'm currently working on revamping my entire sticker stock because I found a new material that is more durable, cheaper, and just better in general. And basically this entire sticker box, if you can see, is on sale right now on my Etsy, and it's a pretty big sale. It's like 50% off, so half of the price for all these old stock stickers, and I would really appreciate it if you, I don't know, check it out, see if you find something you really like. And yeah, well, that's it for my shameless self-promo. My friend keeps texting me, and I love her, but I'm trying to film. Stop it. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy your morning, day, night, evening, wherever you are. And remember that one failure does not define you. See ya!